During a routine excavation near a dry riverbed, construction workers uncovered an ancient statue buried beneath layers of sediment. As they carefully unearthed it, a strange sense of awe turned to shock when the statue unexpectedly broke open, revealing something unusual inside. The workers, pale with surprise, exchanged glances, all silently claiming innocence in the statue's break. They had been handling it with utmost care, aware of its potential historical importance, and had even informed their supervisor, sending photos of the intact artifact. Now, faced with the broken relic, the men grew nervous, wondering how they'd explain the damage to their arriving boss. One worker, Michael, was too curious to be as worried as the others. He was certain the statue had broken on its own, but why? Ignoring warnings from his coworkers, he approached the fractured statue, examining it closely. To his surprise, he found that it was hollow, which seemed strange for something so well preserved under layers of sand. This discovery only raised more questions. As Michael inspected further, he noticed what appeared to be gold coins inside the hollow statue. But before he could reach for them, a familiar voice ordered him to step back. It was his supervisor, arriving with police and reporters. The sight quickly became a spectacle, with police cordoning off the area as media buzzed with excitement. Michael's supervisor, visibly frustrated, approached him. "What happened here, Michael?" he demanded. With the press watching, Michael felt the pressure to balance honesty with what the situation demanded. The supervisor whispered, "Handle this carefully, our company's reputation is on the line." Taking a steady breath, Michael stepped forward to address the crowd. "We discovered this statue during a routine excavation," he explained, choosing his words carefully. "Unfortunately, it broke during the process, revealing what appeared to be ancient gold coins inside." The explanation seemed to satisfy the crowd for now, but Michael's unease lingered. Despite the supervisor's relief at the story holding strong, Michael's curiosity remained piqued. He couldn't shake the feeling that there was more to this statue than met the eye. The following day, Michael went to his supervisor's office, admitting his doubts. "I'm not sure this statue is as old as we're claiming," he confessed. His supervisor's face darkened. "Do you realize what this could mean? We'd be the center of a scandal if we're linked to a hoax." After a tense conversation, they agreed to maintain the story for now to avoid damaging their company's reputation. Yet the decision weighed on Michael, who felt his integrity slipping with each public statement he made. Determined to find out the truth, Michael began his own investigation, researching companies that specialized in historical replicas. His search led him to a local prop company, known for creating detailed movie props and replicas. To his shock, he found images that bore a striking resemblance to the ancient statue they had unearthed. Michael contacted the prop company, eager to confirm his suspicions. Their response arrived swiftly, confirming that they had indeed crafted a statue matching his description for a client just a month ago. His heart raced as he pieced together the implications. Their discovery was likely a planted artifact. Determined to get to the bottom of this, Michael shared his findings with his supervisor, who reacted with both shock and dread. "This could destroy us if it gets out," his supervisor muttered. Realizing they needed more information before making any public statements, they decided to investigate who had commissioned the statue and why. Armed with an address from the prop company, Michael visited a modest building on the city's outskirts, where he hoped to find answers. A man in his 50s opened the door, his expression a mixture of resignation and surprise. Michael explained the reason for his visit, and the man sighed, inviting him inside. As they sat down, he confessed his motive. He had planted the statue to delay the construction project, believing it would destroy a historically significant site. The faux statue filled with coins had been his last-ditch effort to attract attention to the area. Michael listened, torn between frustration and admiration for the man's dedication to preservation. The man, named Jonathan, shared documents and maps he had collected over the years, pointing to the potential existence of an ancient settlement beneath the construction site. His passion for protecting the land was clear, and Michael, moved by the evidence, agreed to help him advocate for a proper archaeological evaluation. Michael and Jonathan joined forces to present their findings to the public, hoping to halt the construction and secure an archaeological survey of the area. They organized a community meeting where they shared the evidence of the site's historical value. The locals, many unaware of the land's significance, quickly rallied behind the cause. A petition gathered hundreds of signatures, supporting a call for an archaeological assessment before any further development. With public support growing, they reached out to the media again, this time revealing the true purpose behind the statue and the potential importance of the site. News articles and interviews reframed the narrative, casting the story not as a hoax, but as a community-driven effort to preserve history. Public opinion shifted and the story resonated widely, drawing attention to the importance of heritage conservation. Bolstered by the community's support and compelling evidence, Michael and Jonathan approached local officials, requesting an official halt to construction. The detailed dossier they submitted outlined the archaeological potential of the site, gaining the attention of government representatives who recognized both the public's interest and the historical significance of the find. To their relief, the officials commissioned an archaeological team to conduct a preliminary survey. As the experts arrived and began their work, the community watched with bated breath. Within days, fragments of pottery, ancient tools, and traces of old structures began to emerge, confirming the presence of a historical settlement and validating the efforts of Michael and Jonathan. The discovery of artifacts on the site sparked excitement and pride among the local community. People volunteered to help, eager to be part of uncovering their shared history. The construction company, facing mounting public pressure and undeniable evidence of the site's value, found themselves in a difficult position. Negotiations began between the developers, government officials, and community representatives, with Michael and Jonathan advocating for a solution that would preserve the site while addressing the developers' interests. After weeks of discussions, a compromise was reached. The construction project would be relocated to an alternative location, and the original site would be designated as a protected historical area. The community celebrated this victory, organizing a festival to honor the preservation effort. Michael watched with satisfaction as neighbors gathered, historians shared insights, and children learned about archaeology, all celebrating the importance of heritage. As the festivities continued, Michael found a quiet moment to reflect on the journey that had brought them here. What had begun as a curious investigation into a broken statue had evolved into a mission to protect a piece of history. The experience had deepened his appreciation for the past and for the power of a united community. In the following weeks, Michael and Jonathan launched an initiative to document and protect other historical sites in the region. Inspired by their recent success, they aimed to raise awareness and support for preserving similar areas, creating a network of protected landmarks that would tell the story of the region's history. To expand their initiative, Michael and Jonathan organized educational programs for local schools, hoping to instill a sense of historical stewardship in the younger generation. They crafted interactive sessions and presentations, bringing local history to life and emphasizing the importance of preservation. Their story quickly gained traction, and soon, communities facing similar challenges reached out for guidance, inspired by their victory. Recognizing the potential to grow their reach, Michael and Jonathan developed a website to document their journey and showcase the sites they were working to protect. The platform allowed people from around the world to explore the region's history, complete with interactive maps, research, and forums for sharing knowledge. Partnerships with historical societies, universities, and government agencies soon followed, bringing additional resources for archaeological surveys and conservation. The success of their preservation efforts attracted national attention, leading to invitations to speak at workshops and conferences. Their story of mobilizing community action became a model for heritage conservation, demonstrating the power of grassroots activism combined with strategic negotiation. As they continued their work, Michael and Jonathan reflected on the journey that had brought them to this point. What began as curiosity about a single statue had evolved into a lifelong commitment to preserving history and empowering communities to protect their heritage. Their efforts created a legacy of preservation that would inspire future generations to value their shared past. As Michael and Jonathan's preservation work expanded, they found increasing validation in the discoveries being made at the sites they fought to protect. Artifacts uncovered by archaeologists pointed to settlements that predated historical records, solidifying the value of their efforts. The community, once passive observers, became active participants in these projects, united by a growing pride in their heritage. Michael, however, faced a lingering moral dilemma about revealing the full story behind the statue's origins. Ultimately, he decided that keeping the focus on their preservation successes was more important than revisiting the initial deception. Though it weighed on him, he believed that the lasting impact of their efforts outweighed the scandal that might arise from exposing the hoax. As the original construction site transformed into a protected area, it became a beacon for history enthusiasts and tourists. Michael and Jonathan continued their work, forming a network of preserved sites across the region. Their story became a testament to the unexpected ways in which the pursuit of truth can lead to broader discoveries and communal achievements. Looking back, Michael realized how this journey had not only safeguarded historical sites, but had also woven a community bond that would last for generations. The initial hoax, a minor footnote in their history, had catalyzed a powerful movement to protect cultural heritage. As he stood before a new group of community members sharing their story, he felt a deep satisfaction, knowing their legacy of preservation would inspire others for years to come.